Welcome to second grade. So this year, since we can't have an open house, we're able to walk through our classroom. I'm going to give you a virtual tour of second grade. So this year, our door is very inspired by 2020 and the mask that we have to wear, and each of the pictures up there does show that can't mask how excited we are to see each other again in person and how good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity, from Psalm 133, verse 1. So the first thing students do when they come down that doorway over there in the morning is they put their health screening form under that rock in a hopefully nice neat pile. Every morning we collect those before they even enter the classroom. They come in and wash their hands first thing, and then they get started on their morning work. Every morning on the board, there's a list of things for them to do. On the left-hand side is our morning routine. On the clipboard, I encourage them to go through each step, make sure that they have everything ready for the day, including things like getting a drink, going to the bathroom, making sure their water bottle is full, and having their pencils ready to go. We also have morning work on the right-hand side. Sometimes if people didn't get a chance to finish what they needed to finish, or if we have other things we didn't get to, I'll list those on their morning work as the first thing they need to do after they go through our morning routine. And we also take AR tests, accelerated reader tests, every week. And once they pass an AR test, they can read whatever they like. This, for illustration purposes, I put up that everyone needs to read in their AR levels. That's what it looks like on Monday mornings. But this week we do have some that have already passed tests. So just a little tour of the classroom. We have our purple hand pledge on our door. That reminds us that we're going to make sure that we use our words and our hands for God-pleasing things, so we're not hurting others. We have our card colors over here. This is a classroom management system, a visual reminder for the kids, really, really important for second graders for their age level. And we always start on green every day, and I've been really pleased with how many people have earned purple cards through some really excellent behavior. I also have a reading vocabulary wall. We add to this every day, sometimes one word, sometimes 2, 3, sometimes even as many as 4 words a day. We go through and do sentences for each one of these. The kids have become really, really good at creating sentences to go with each word and using it correctly with lots of detail to show me they know what the word means. We also have our vocabulary for math over here. Every chapter we start a new poster with new vocabulary, and one of my very favorite things about second grade is that everything they learn, especially in math, they're going to use for the rest of their life. It's a foundation for everything that they'll use. We do a lot of things like, of course, adding and subtracting. We do a lot of money and time. So some really practical things. It's really easy to tell the second graders, this is where you're going to use this math skill. This is why you need to know it. I know as you get up in grades, that's not always the case. So it's really fun in second grade to be able to show them when they'll use it. We also have our class jobs. It's a great opportunity for them to buy into the classroom. It's a great opportunity for them to get an idea for some responsibility and being able to do those jobs on a regular basis. We also have marbles down here. The students earn marbles when the whole class is doing a fantastic job at something. And once all of the marbles go from the green container into the glass container, they will choose a prize that they think is deserving of that. They've earned a lot of marbles so far. I've been really pleased with just how well they work well together and remind each other. Our class rules are up here, very basic, very simple. Show respect, make good decisions, and solve problems. So everything we talk about, every time something's not going the way it needs to go, we try to frame it in these rules here. We also have our schedule, kind of our little dashboard for the day, I like to call it. We have our schedule on the left-hand side, walks through everything we're doing. Oftentimes, if we don't get to something that we were planning on getting to, or if the wrenches get thrown in the gears, we're very flexible, and sometimes those move throughout the day. So sometimes I'll come up and I'll switch things around, and the kids are all like, oh man, again, we're changing something else up. They handle it really, really well. We've got our date up there every day. We use our date on a lot of our assignments, kind of a good skill to start using in second grade. And then every day they have their learning targets. We have a math learning target, reading, Christian studies, usually social studies or science, all of those different subjects that we have learning targets for each one, and they're framed in I will. So the students should be able to look at those learning targets, and those are the things they will be able to do by the end of the lesson. I already talked about our things on the board for morning. So every morning it looks like this. There's sometimes some changes to it. They always have an opportunity to study spelling and memory work here at school. If you're noticing your child is needing a lot of extra time at home for studying spelling and memory work, please encourage them to use their time here at school wisely. We've got lots of time in between where they can work on that, and I really encourage them to use that time wisely. I also have a pack-up routine up on the board at the end of the day. This has actually helped me quite a bit since everything is thrown off with announcements in the afternoon and things looking a little different with how we have to pack up and how we have to do things because of coronavirus. We use our pack-up routine. I am very into structure and routines, and second graders really thrive in an environment like that, I've seen. So pretty fun. Good for them to be able to work on that on their own without having to be reminded. We also have created a poster in our science unit. We're going to be looking at maps and how maps can help us see patterns of land and water. And so these are the 5 landforms we're going to be learning about during this science unit. We listed some characteristics. I gave them some examples, usually 2, 3, or 4 different picture examples of that landform. And we used the characteristics and they voted on which one they thought was the best example of each of those. And so that is class chosen examples. We do fun prayers at lunchtime. So if your child is the lunch prayer leader, they get to choose these fun prayers. So ask them about those prayers, have them demonstrate for you what they remember. Every day or every week I have the homework sheet on the board. I also have the memory work, so they can study that and see it often throughout the day. I also have a standard of dress reminder up here. If you have questions about standard of dress, feel free to ask me. I'm happy to share. It can be a little confusing with all of the different styles and colors and everything that are available out there, so just ask me if you have any questions. If your child is ever gone, they'll also receive a We Missed You sheet. This generally stays at school, and they work on the homework as they have some downtime or time in between assignments. So they check it off each one. It'll have all of the assignments that they missed listed, and they'll turn it in. If you are gone, if you know you're going to be gone and you'd like your work ahead of time, let me know, and I fill this out and I give you the work as we go. So I wanted to show you what the classroom looks like. The desks tend to migrate throughout the day, and so it's no big surprise that they're not all perfectly lined up. That's just how it is working with kids. I'm going to be putting some Velcro pieces on the floor that will stay on the floor that will show them where their desk should be. So once we get that, I really do think that will help them to stay kind of in the right spots and hopefully as socially distanced as we can make it. We have their mailboxes back here. They empty that every day, and everything from their mailbox goes in their homework folder to take home so you can see it. And then this year's theme, pretty cool theme, it's called Sent to Serve. And so the entire theme this year for chapel messages, for all of the Bible verses that we do, the monthly Bible verses and everything, is focused on the fact that we are sent by God to serve and that we serve others through all of the things that all the gifts he's given us. And so in September, we're learning to serve. October, the theme is Free to Serve. In November, Blessed to Serve. In December, Jesus Came to Serve, kind of going along with Christmas theme. In January, Shaped to serve. In February, Serving Faithfully. In March, Suffering Servant. In April, that's when Lent starts, so we're talking about Jesus as the suffering servant. In April, Serving as a Family, and in May and June, at the very end of the year, Sent to Serve, so we can kind of send them off for the school year, talking about serving others. Pretty neat experience. I have our birthday chart up here, our calendar for the month that I update each month with some important dates. We have our writing process chart. We haven't done a big writing assignment yet, but when we do, we go through the entire writing process. So they have an opportunity to go through the process of pre-writing, planning their writing, making a draft that's a messy copy. For some students, that's really hard to have a messy copy with a lot of mistakes on it. And then using our red pens to revise, which is making our writing better, editing, fixing mistakes, and publishing, making a really nice copy. We'll do that in a couple of weeks. We'll start that big writing assignment, the first big writing assignment. They also get to check out library books. And so this is our library checkout container where all they have to do is touch their own pocket. And then when they have checked out a book, they go back to their desk and read it. And then when they're ready to put it back, they put the card in the back of the book and return it to the correct spot. We also are doing some neat recycling this year. This kind of recycling is set up by one of our families at our school, and all of the money that comes from this recycling is donated to brain cancer research. So any of these empty items, if you have any of them at home, send them to school with your kid. Let me know about it, and I'll make sure they get them out of their backpack, and we'll toss them in this container and get them where they need to go to bless people who are researching for brain cancer. This is kind of our little place to turn things in. We've got our turn-in basket where we have some writing in there now, some fun writing with our vocab. They also have a green basket there. We have a system of reports set up. And so if students want to tell me something and it's not a good time in the middle class, a lot of times I'll hear students are like, oh, I don't want to forget. So I tell them, write a report, write it down, and I'll write back to you. So it's a great time for them to tell me great things that are happening, or maybe something that they're sad or worried about, and to connect with me. Some students don't feel comfortable coming straight to me and talking. Got some shyer students, especially with masks on. I'm sure that makes it a little bit more difficult for them to feel comfortable. So it's a great way for them to still communicate with me in a way that they feel comfortable with. You'll get a blue note in their homework folder when they take an AR test. Whether they pass or not, this is just a communication tool for them to communicate with you about the test that they took and how they did. If they pass, it's a great time to celebrate with them. If they didn't pass, it's a great time to talk with them and say, hey, what do we need to do? What do you think would help you to understand it better, or to read it better? We also have our iPads. We do those for AR testing. We do a lot of hand sanitizing and sanitizing them when they're done. And they're really great tools that we use in class for that as well. So I hope you enjoyed our second grade tour. I'm really bummed, really sad that you guys aren't able to be in the classroom, that we weren't able to do an actual open house, but I hope this video gave you some good information, and then it was a good talking point for you and your students to talk about second grade and some of the unique things and some things to be excited for. So excellent. Thank you. I appreciate all of you guys watching this, and I appreciate you guys sharing your student with me and being so communicative, even though we aren't able to be in person. Have a blessed night.